And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He's been one of our favorites, and he's kind enough to join us now, a special quarantined edition of an interview with one of our favorite guys, Jayden Daniels, the former Cajon high school football star who is now at Arizona State. And first off, Jayden, how are you doing? How's your family members? Everyone just kind of hunkered down, being safe and healthy?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good. Family, is staying away, just trying to stay out the way, let all this blow over so we could go back to living a regular life.
So how do you get ready for the next football season? I mean, have you been in contact at least with maybe your coaches and they give you workouts you can do on your own or plays to look over? Like what are some of the things that you can do to get ready for the next football season at Arizona State?
Yeah, our head strength and conditioning coach sends us workouts. We try to do in-home workouts for everybody with not the material that we have at the back at school. We always do Zoom meetings 4 times a week with our coaches. So, just still trying to get prepared. But basically everything is on us to get ready for the football season this year.
Is it a challenge? I mean, is it kind of nice being home, but also it's kind of a challenge, right? Being away from the coaches and your teammates.
Yeah, you get this spend this time with family, but you just come back home, you're away from football. It's really not ideal to have this much time off away from football.
So here you are. You find yourself, back home, trying to get ready for a football season, and is it kind of feel like you're kind of back in high school almost? Like, did you ever think you'd be back in your bedroom and having your mom wake you up and maybe do your laundry and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's kind of how that feel. In high school, you're kind of getting ready for football season, trying to stay in shape. Once you get to college, you're always working out every time, every day. So, just coming back home, I never thought that it would come to this point.
Well, Jayden, let me ask you this because I was listening to Colin Cowherd, who has a national sports show, and he was saying today he had Herm Edwards on, your head coach, and they were talking about the quarterbacks, in this draft with obviously Tua and Joe Burrow, and the next year Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, and Colin Cowherd, who's got a huge audience. I mean, there's a lot of people that listen to this guy. He was telling Herm Edwards that he thought you could be the number one pick in the NFL draft in 2022. Like, what's kind of your first thoughts? When you hear something like that from a guy like Colin Cowherd when he's talking to your head coach Herm Edwards.
Just blessed to be in a situation, but I feel like I got a lot more to show. I only have 1 year playing. Like those guys have been playing consistently good, like the Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields. Like they play consistently good for multiple years. But I know that, just trusting Coach Herman, what they have, that if I just keep playing how I play and put myself in the right positions with the right people, now I'll be in a position in a couple of years to be able to be blessed to be the number one pick in the draft or just be drafted, period.
So you start as a true freshman at Arizona State, which rarely happens in college football, period. What are some of the things coming off your freshman year that you want to see from yourself just improve this upcoming fall for the Sun Devils?
First it's just win more games. Freshman season, we could have won we could have won more than 8 games. Just become a better leader, really. That's on the field, off the field. Last year I wasn't really asked to lead that much. Just coming in all year that he's telling me that's my team, so I gotta step up and become that leader, be that role model on and off the field for people that I look up to, and all eyes are always on me.
Now, you've always been obviously one of the best players on the team, and you're a star player. And maybe do you feel like you're one of those guys who kind of leads by example, or are you having to kind of develop a voice? Because everyone always obviously looks to the quarterback to be the leader and be the vocal guy. And I mean, is that something you're kind of still developing, the more vocal side of it, as opposed to leading by example out there?
Yeah, my whole life just been the lead by example guy. But as I get older, it's got to be times. I can always stay true to myself, but there has to be times where I have to speak up and get that voice. And every time I say something, like the team's gonna listen to me because you're the quarterback, and they just respect you.
Well, Jayden, so, we talked about some of the things that you can do now to get ready for the upcoming season, even though you're not on campus in Tempe, you're not around your coaches and teammates for that matter. Is it going to be a little strange? Do you feel like it's going to be like trying to play catch up whenever you do be able to get back to Tempe? Do you feel like, man, we're going to have to put a lot of work into a short amount of time to get ready for that first game?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they give so much to us right now. We got to prepare in the right way because, like you said, as soon as we get back to campus, it is going to be a catch-up. We got a month and a half, 2 months before fall camp, and then we got like 2.5 months, 3 months before our first game if we was to go back in June. It just depends what time we go back.
Well, Jayden, I always appreciate your time. Thank you for always making time for us here on the Inland Sports Show. We love tracking your career. And, here I was running some of my essential tasks out there. I was going out there and I heard Colin Cowherd say, man, I think Jayden Daniels might be the number one pick in 2022. My ears perked up and I'm like, dude, I got to check in with Jayden Daniels, see what he's up to, man. So I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad, you're getting ready for your sophomore year, man. And don't be a stranger. Let's talk again soon. I do appreciate your time.
Always appreciate you guys.
All right, that's Jayden Daniels, Arizona State quarterback, formerly of Cajon High School, joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. A very special quarantined interview. Thanks, Jayden.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jayden. I appreciate your time, brother, and I'll check in with you again probably in the coming months, man. I do appreciate your time.
Always, Pat.
Thank you, Jayden.
All right.
All right, see ya.